Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Chris, our YouTube channel, Don Christopher Bob for Theme Park News, and welcome to a Theme Park Newsroom update from Blackpool Pleasure Beach. We haven't had a Theme Park News update from Blackpool in quite a while. Now, this is on some recent speculation after one of my subscribers, Richard Walker, thank you, Richard Walker, for telling me this in the comments down below of that Blackpool video about that 2020 teaser. You know, back at the start, back before 2019 even. So thank you very much, Richard Walker, for letting me know. He was at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and 3 operators told him that we're expecting a new flat ride for 2020 and a new coaster as well as a new coaster. So I think the coaster is going to be coming maybe a couple of years after the flat ride, kind of like a Skyforce to Icon situation, where it was about 3 years between the two openings, 2015 for Skyforce and 2018 for Icon. But so this flat ride's coming in 2020. I'm expecting 2023 at least to be the opening year of the coaster, unless I'm mistaken. Of course, the biggest room for the coaster is the Mac Big Dipper, which I think would be a great move for the park, in my opinion. I think part of that Mac Big Dipper will sort of interact with on the Mouse Trauma Towers site. I'd also like to see some parts of the coaster maybe replacing Possible. I'm sure the Bowler Drone's going to get something on the roof maybe. So some supports are going to be attached to the roof of Bowler Drone. Now it's been completely refreshed and the facade's been taken down and it's been sort of repainted and looking all nice and fresh and modern. So I don't think that Bowler Drone's going to go anywhere anytime soon. But of course the main thing about today is the flat ride. Now, the flat ride is going to be a very interesting topic of discussion over the next couple of months before Blackpool announce anything. Speaking of announcements, just aside from the news, Hershey Park have put an announcement date, July 24th, on their new hypercoaster. So I'll be doing an analysis video on June 25th, depending if it's, you know, in the same time, depending if the announcement time is in the, you know, same. Is realistically in time to do a video on the same day and release it on the same day, if you know what I mean. So realistically though, that video will be on July 25th, so stay tuned for that. Just a little quick update there. So we're looking at 2 potential sites. Now I know what somebody's saying, where's the Mouse Trauma Towers site when you look at these 2 sites? I didn't choose that because I think that's going to be the site for the coaster, but like I said, that site's equally optional for the flat ride, because the coaster could easily go near Big One's first drop, apparently people are saying. I could see it replacing Fusion, because that coaster is apparently quite unbearable now. Some people still like Fusion, but I don't think it's that popular than it was a few years back. So let's have a look at the 2 sites, in my opinion, that could be up for a flat ride. Now the first site, Site A, which is on your screen now, Fandabidozi. This is the site of Ice Blast. Now, I watched a video, I believe it was from Pleasure Beach Experience, I believe, about the future of Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and there was talk in the next few years, or in the I think realistically in the next 5-10 years, obviously the new coaster, and apparently I saw some speculation that Ice Blast and Red Arrow Skyforce are earmarked for removal. Now Skyforce is recent, so I guess maybe an extra 5-6 years on that at least, if it's still, you know, it's kind of popular, but it's not as popular as it was. So maybe give it 5-6 years and maybe that'll be gone. But I think, but Ice Blast has been another ride earmarked for removal. Of course, that opened in 1997 as PlayStation The Ride. It was transformed a few years later into Ice Blast. It's an S&S shot tower. So that site's hard to fill, but as you can see on your screen already, 3 viable options: a Zamperla Endeavour, so going for the sort of spinning flat ride option. But if you're going to go for a replacement drop tower, I could see the Intamin Sky Jump, so something like Falcon's Fury, which could be potentially out of Blackpool's price range, but again, it's not too much. And then the Intamin multi-drop, so you're looking at Apocalypse, Giant Manor, Golden Driller, which I found at Fray-Spiritus City, I think it's pronounced. It's like a western theme park in France, like a small theme park, with that little timber drop, the SNSL loco, like a Mumbo Jumbo clone. It's good, that park, actually. It looks pretty good, so if I'm out in France anytime, I'll go and check it out, because it looks like a nice park, a really underrated small park. with a lot of potential for the future. But Golden Driller looks a great drop tower, and I think something like that, or Apocalypse maybe, sort of the same ride. I think something like that would be perfect for that Ice Blast site. It's like replacing a drop tower with a different drop tower. It's brilliant. The Falcon's Fury Sky Jump Tower, again, that's not completely out of the question, but again, like we said, it could be a bit too pricey. Zamperla Endeavour, I think that's the least likely out of the three. I think that would probably suit somewhere else in the park. So again, there's a potential on that one. Moving into Site B, which is on your screen now, Fandabidosi. Now, before you say anything, I know that this part of the park is probably storage, and of course, like you said, the big pizza kitchen is there as well. So in my opinion, if it's just the kitchen and there's no storage, obviously it interacts with Blue Flyer and Nickelodeon Street, but I think over the closed season, you could easily tear down the little dome area where it hosts the big pizza kitchen. You could easily build another big pizza kitchen as well, but this is just what I think could happen. So, of course, Big Pizza Kitchen, you could just relocate the restaurant to a new building somewhere else in the park and then demolish that over the closed season or over the winter, or close a part of Nickelodeon Land until they finish, getting rid of it, etc. Now, this used to host the indoor coaster Space Invader / Space Invader 2. Then, of course, but when Nickelodeon Land was brought in, it was closed way before that and it was left SBNO. And then when Nickelodeon Land was brought in for 2011, it just became a Big Pizza Kitchen. Interesting fact, there were rumours it was going to be SpongeBob's Pineapple House, so you could actually go in like a house walkthrough, kind of like the ones in Peppa Pig World at Paulton's Park, like the Peppa Pig house walkthrough. So I'm guessing it was going to be something like that, but they definitely said there was a rumour that SpongeBob's Pineapple House was going to be sort of that site. But I could see them tearing that down, and I could see either a Zamperla Giant Discovery or an S&S Screaming Swing. Now, an S&S Screaming Swing is Finnegan's Flyer that recently opened up Busch Gardens Williamsburg, or here in the UK we've got Rush at Thorpe Park. So that's a decent attraction. The Zamperla Giant Discovery, obviously I could have easily said the Intamin Gyro Swing or the Super Gyro Swing, something like a Loki at Leesburg or a Maelstrom at Drayton Manor. Obviously that's the European option, that's the more European option than the Americans, because the Americans go for the Giant Discoveries, we in here in Europe and the UK go for sort of the Gyro Swings. So obviously a Gyro Swing isn't completely out of the question, even though it's not on the image. But I think a Giant Discovery, which would work really well at the park, just swinging over Nickelodeon Land. And there's some Nickelodeon names that could really go for this ride. Shellraiser is a big one going around for the Nickelodeon universe, going in at the mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey, this year, in fact. So there's some big things they could do with that site. So there we go. So like I said, that Big Pizza Kitchen site could be storage as well as the interaction with Blue Flyer and Nickelodeon Streak. And like I said as well, the Mouse/Towers site, Trauma Towers Wild Mouse site, is definitely earmarked for a flat ride, maybe, if not a coaster. But that's just what I think, in my opinion. So if it is storage in that Space Invader building, I probably wouldn't choose that site. I'd probably use the Mouse Trauma Towers site maybe to put a Giant Discovery or a Gyro Swing, or that S&S Screaming Swing. I think a Screaming Swing would work really well. Could you imagine if it was in that Mouse Tower site and you'd be literally swinging, like if you were swinging, you'd be facing the ground and you got the fountains dancing. That would just be so cool. So there's plenty of potential for this development. Obviously, this is just speculation at the minute for a possible new flat ride for 2020, but I think it would be a great investment for the UK. And a great investment for Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I mean, we haven't had a new flat ride since that in the UK since that 2015, like a major flat ride since that 2015 Red Arrow Skyforce. So again, it's nice to see the park adding something. Obviously, there have been other flat rides like temporary flat rides or flat rides at smaller parks that have either been relocated. I mean, you look at the ride that went to Flambars to become Skyforce, that was relocated from Pleasure Island that used to be known as Pendulous. Obviously that's a relocated flat ride. But I mean, like, in terms of the big UK parks, we haven't had a flat ride since that 2015 Skyforce at the same parks. So again, 5 years without a big flat ride is kind of a nice gap, and then to invest in a brand new flat ride for that 2020 season. Obviously 2021 is the park's 125th anniversary. It would be nice to get the coaster in 2021, wherever it is in the park. I'd like to see the coaster for 2021 for the 125th anniversary, but I know that won't be the case. Obviously 2016 for the 120th anniversary, they sort of removed Tom Sawyer Bridge in that time, built the new bridge, and that began the speculation for 2018. So maybe 2021 for the 125th anniversary, they're going to start clearing out some land for the coaster, and again it will just be a build up for 2022 or 2023 maybe. So I think Blackpool Pleasure Beach has a really nice, exciting future ahead of them. Wherever they place the flat ride, wherever they place the speculator coaster, whether it's a Mac Big Dipper or a Mac Spinner or not, I think it will be fantastic. And it's a fantastic future for Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And absolutely, when this new flat ride opens in 2020, I would love, me personally, to get down to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, because I haven't done Icon yet. I'm still yet to ride Steeplechase. And again, if they have this new flat ride next year, wherever it's going to be, wherever in the park it's going to be, whatever it is, I'm definitely going to be looking forward to doing this flat ride. So thank you very much for watching this Theme Park Newsroom update from Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss a YouTube video. And for now, guys, my name is Coach Joe, YouTube channel. Still got the Cedar Fair prediction video to come, then Million Entertainment's on Friday before that Alton Towers trip on Saturday. Keep doing the Coast Live, and I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Take care. Have an awesome day, my friends.